Hi, my name is Adam Mello, and I'll be performing a monologue by Keith Knight titled Dumb as a Brick. I am so stupid. So damn stupid. Let me explain. About 25 years ago, I watched this flick called The Swarm. The Swarm was this film about a big swarm of Africanized killer bees that invades the US and kills everyone in its path. Now, look, it wasn't so much the film itself that was scary. It was the real life news story that followed after. Killer bees are real, but don't worry, they're in South America. It'll take them about 20 years to reach California. Now, that news story prompted me to make my first ever big life decision that following evening. I said, I don't know much, but I do know this. I will not be living in California in the 1990s. Well, now it's 25 years later, and I just read about a man who was stung to death by a colony of African killer bees. And I just celebrated my 9th anniversary of moving to California. How the hell could this have happened? I blame my parents. You see, they tried their damnedest to convince me not to move to California. Said, oh, but you don't have any friends over there. Oh, but you have no money. What about the killer bees? That's all they had to say. And I would have stayed right where I was. But no, they couldn't do anything. You know, I called them up to bitch and complain about how they couldn't do anything to stop their child from going over to California and saving him. I asked them for any way to help protect myself. Thankfully, they told me that if I encounter the swarm, all I have to do is cover myself up in honey and throw a brick at them. They told me it works on bears too.